Question 4, I'm going to talk about how media technologies have aided me in all of my coursework. So first I'm going to talk about the internet. So YouTube, Vimeo, 4AD, these are websites that really help me to find examples of mockumentaries, especially ones that are very similar to my idea. I also use them to kind of evaluate and reflect on the format of documentaries and think about how I can incorporate the conventions in those documentary formats into my film to create the parody situation. Script Buddy was a really good one I used to construct my script. It did it in the very conventional manner that a script should be. It really looked like a real proper script. It aided me in making it easier for me to write the script, as it had the layout all ready for me to use. All I had to do was just type everything in and bring the story and the characters to life. Also, it saves automatically, so as I go along, it just saves it all, so I can just go back to it whenever I need to. eBlog or Blogger is something that I've used a lot. It's helped me to document and reflect on my work as I was doing it. It's also evidence to show to everyone about my planning for my film and construction of my film. But for me it was so easy to get lost in my work that I'd forget about blogging, but it was so important to do because there have been times where I need to look back at it so I know what my idea was at the time, so I can work on it and develop it and then put it into my film or my ancillary texts. It just really aids you throughout your coursework, so it's a really useful site to have. Really easy to use, clear layout. It was a really good website. So physical technology. Of course I used a camera to do my coursework. I used it to record the scenes I needed to. My camera that I use is a Sony HD with it has 40 times zoom function on it, and it gave quite a clear image. And it also has a steady cam already on it. So when holding the camera while filming, it doesn't shake a lot when you're filming it with it. Of course I also used a tripod. I didn't use it too much, I didn't really need it that much, but I used it when I was filming the interview scenes with my character, and that just kept the camera steady for a while. Software I've used Final Cut and LiveType. These are two that go together. Final Cut is the editing software. It's obviously aided me in editing my film and making it the best it could be. The use of transitions and cuts that are conventional documentaries, lots of fades too. Also it helped me with the slow motion scene for a bit in my film where my character gets attacked. LiveType is linked to Final Cut, and they're softwares that work together, so I could create the titles very easily on LiveType and just drop it into Final Cut. I also use green screen editing on Final Cut to create the famous triangle symbol which appears in the film, the poster and the review in the title. GarageBand is where I created my music. I didn't use ready-made music, I did it from scratch, using a keyboard but choosing what sort of instrumental sound to use. Sad music was created to emphasise that the audience should pity the character, but also like easy going music for the intro and then the ending credits. I also used the record real track option to record my voiceovers for my film. Photoshop, that I use that for my poster. The use of the gradient tools to make the halo around the image and make the main character stand out. Green screen editing again for the famous triangle symbol. That's within the title. I cut out the main image and put the main image onto a new background, and also use the text tools for the title, the billboard. Also Dafont is a good website to use to get the sort of font you need for the billboard. So yeah, that really did help me in achieving the poster conventions and make it look good. InDesign is software I've used once in my life, so nice. It was nice to familiarise myself with it again. When you first open it up, there's an option to split the layout of the page, so I had guidelines to work on, so I had 4 columns to, you know, write my review in and know exactly where I'm going to put each image and the verdict and the star rating and so on. Yeah, any images you want to put on, you literally just click and drag it into it, so it's a really simple format to use. Final software I use is iMovie. This was used for my animatic, which is something that we do way at the beginning. So when we're storyboarding, it gives me something to work from, gives me an image for what my film should look like. It's really simple to use, but also because of the format my footage comes out in on my camera, I'd have to import all my footage into iMovie and then from iMovie into Final Cut. So it was really, really vital for me to use it when getting all my footage onto the Mac and into the editing software.